What if one day you return home to find your life turned into a chilling crime scene? Imagine the year is 1990. The place, Rome, Italy. A picturesque city steeped in history and culture. Yet, it was about to be rocked by a chilling crime that would puzzle the nation for years to come. This is the story of Via Poma, a seemingly ordinary street, now forever marked by a gruesome act of violence. On one fateful day, the tranquility of this neighborhood was shattered when the lifeless body of Simonetta Tezzaroni was discovered in her apartment. Simonetta, a vivacious young woman, beloved by all who knew her, found in the sanctity of her own home, brutally taken from this world. The scene at Via Poma was one of horror and confusion, a puzzle with pieces that refused to fit. A young life brutally ended and a mystery that would baffle Italy for decades. A usual day turned into a chilling nightmare. Let's travel back in time to that fateful day. In the heart of Rome, nestled on the quiet street of Via Poma, Simonetta Tezzaroni, a young office worker, was living her everyday life, blissfully unaware of the impending doom. On the 27th of August 1990, she was last seen by her colleagues at the law firm where she worked. Simonetta, known for her punctuality, left at her usual time, bidding her colleagues a cheerful "Arrivederci." Little did they know, it would be their final goodbye. Simonetta's lifeless body was discovered later that evening in her apartment, a scene that would chill even the most hardened of souls. Her body, brutally stabbed and left in a pool of blood, was a sight that haunts the memories of those who discovered it. The apartment bore no signs of forced entry, no signs of a struggle, and mysteriously, no substantial evidence that could lead them to a suspect. It was as if the perpetrator had vanished into thin air, leaving behind only the echoes of their heinous act. The initial investigation into Simonetta's murder was a whirlwind of confusion, a chronology of chaos. The crime scene was perplexing, the evidence was scant, and the leads were non-existent. The lack of substantial evidence was baffling to the investigators. Bits and pieces of the puzzle were there: a cigarette butt, a bloody fingerprint, a missing set of keys. But they all led to a dead end. The detectives were left scratching their heads, confronted with a crime scene that seemed to contradict itself. The murder was violent, yet there was a strange order to the scene, a methodical precision that suggested a careful, calculated killer. The absence of a clear motive and the lack of a discernible suspect left the investigators chasing shadows in a case that rapidly turned cold. The Via Poma case became a haunting reminder of the fallibility of justice. The chilling echoes of Simonetta's untimely end reverberated through the halls of justice, a constant reminder of the clock that was ticking against them. A crime scene that left more questions than answers and a clock that was ticking against justice. In a case shrouded with uncertainty, everyone becomes a suspect. As the investigation into the Via Poma case unfolded, the list of potential culprits was as extensive as it was bewildering. From the close-knit circle of friends and family to the distant acquaintances and obscure figures lurking in the shadows, every individual bore the weight of suspicion. Their alibis were scrutinized, their relationships dissected, their motives questioned. The housekeeper with an inconsistent time log, the estranged relative with a history of disputes, the quiet neighbor with a suspiciously spotless record, all were dragged through the unforgiving maze of suspicion. Yet with every suspect that was investigated, the case seemed to spiral further into confusion. Alibis held up, motives were deemed irrelevant, and the person responsible remained elusive. The investigators found themselves in a baffling deadlock, a maze with no clear exit. A multitude of suspects, yet no one to pin the crime on, the Via Poma case was turning into a frustrating enigma. Sometimes, the quest for truth leads to more dead ends than revelations. The Via Poma case is a prime example of such a journey, a labyrinth of questions with no definitive answers. Despite the passage of more than 4 decades, this chilling crime remains unsolved, shrouded in a veil of mystery. Over the years, countless theories have emerged, each more convoluted than the last, weaving a web of speculation that only deepens the enigma. From claims of a secret love affair gone wrong to assertions of a sinister conspiracy, the speculations are as myriad as they are unsettling. But this case is more than just an unresolved mystery. It has fundamentally altered Italy's crime investigation processes, prompting a re-evaluation of how justice is pursued. It has also left an indelible mark on the public psyche, reshaping perceptions of justice and safety. The Via Poma case, a chilling reminder of the mysteries that lurk in the shadows of our everyday lives, continues to haunt the quest for truth and justice.